finished. I don't.
So that day I told you there was a Hong Kong singer, she committed suicide, right? So I read a little bit and her sisters said that this singer, she has been battling with depression. Then they said like this demon she was battling this demon inside her. So I felt the
Who said?
problem. Huh?
Who said that she was battling?
Her sister. So this
Okay.
singer, she has two sisters, so they were announcing she has passed away due to she committed suicide due to depression. So they said that she has been battling this demon inside her. I felt that's the problem with Christianity. They tell you there's this demon, you have to fight with this demon. The problem is it's not the demon, it's the unconsciousness.
Thing is that they are always choosing the path which goes down.
Yes.
Just go on killing animals for your food, for your pleasure. What do you think? That you will have no consequence for that?
Yes.
They are also living being, and you are killing them. And the animal, when it is dying, it must be very angry, very fearful. So all those things is going inside you. You have done a violence. So they will, you cannot be at peace. You cannot be silent. You are, whatever you are doing in your ambitiousness, you are so aggressive for your spreading your religion. You have crusade. Muslims also, like Muslim, they also have crusade. Like Muslims have jihad, they have crusades. So how they have reached to the top of success ladder? By being very aggressive, by being very violent. So all those demons are because of those things. It's not that some demon has entered inside you. You have lived life where there is no reverence for life. You have lived that kind of life where you have just exploited. You have raped the nature. You have been violent to other human beings. When they conquer other country, are they very respectful? They are raping women. They are being violent. They are killing people with bombs. Both the two world wars have happened in Christian context. Hitler himself was a Christian. They are all Christians, those who dropped atom bombs. So do you think they will have no consequence of this kind of things? All these demons are their own created, self-created demons. Because of not trying to understand the deeper laws of life. So don't find excuses that demons has entered. What she was saying?
No, they meant that whenever you have depression, like the sadness is the demon.
No. What that woman was saying, what her sister was saying.
Her sister said she was battling with this demon and she lost.
These demons are her own created because of her ignorance, her unconsciousness. She must have been a very blind person while she was enjoying, having pleasure with her boyfriend, the kind of life she was living. So when you live that kind of reckless life, ruthless life, careless life, then later on you will have to pay the price for that. When your life is based on violence, when you are not sensitive towards others, whether it is human being or animals, then you will also suffer. It is said that if you are doing wrong things, you will have bad karma, and you will in next life you will suffer. Why in next life? You will suffer here and now. When you are angry and you are violent to someone, your space is also spoiled. So you have suffered now. If you put hand in the fire, you will be burnt in next life, or you will be burnt just now.
Now.
So people who are doing good things because they will be rewarded in heaven or in next life, they are not good human beings. If I know that this is the right thing, why should I look for any reward for it? I can see that if I kill an animal, they also want to live. Why should I seek any reward for that? That if I am not killing animal, I should go to heaven. This is sheer business. Only that man is a real human being who is doing things. If he knows this is right thing, he does it, not for any reward later on. But when you are your life is not good, you are torturing other, you are misbehaving with other, your space is spoiled this very moment. It's not that in next life your space will be spoiled. If you are a rapist or a murderer, do you think you will be very silent, very peaceful? You cannot be. That is being in hell. Hell is not somewhere, some geographical place. It is your inner state. Heaven is also your inner state. When you are not mistreating anyone, when you are sensitive towards life, when you have reverence for life, you will be peaceful. That's the thing. So a person who is committing suicide, that person must have too much expectation from life, that life should be according to them. And when it is not according to them, then they are taking a kind of revenge against life. That is suicide. They want to live with their own conditions. So this woman, her sister, whatever she is inventing is all stupid. That she has what she was fighting with inner demons. What?
Demon, yeah, the demon inside her.
A demon inside her was created by her own unconsciousness, by living a wrong kind of life, by not being in tune with higher laws of life.
Yes, Swami. She was actually a successful singer in America. She was quite famous.
I told you yesterday, nothing fails like success. Yes. Successful.
And
what?
Her problem was her ambition, and that was what made her commit suicide, her ambition.
What was ambition?
Because she was a successful person, and I heard from my sister-in-law that she said this singer, she cannot accept it if she's not the number one. And then she was going through a divorce with her husband. She was going through a divorce.
How she committed suicide? What she did?
Huh?
How she committed suicide? What she did?
Let me think. I think she swallowed some pills. They didn't actually mention properly. I don't know, swallowed pills or cut the wrist. Because they didn't actually describe. They just say she committed suicide.
She committed suicide, or they are making it look like it is a suicide?
Some people said that for me. Some people actually said that it was not a suicide.
Who said it?
Yesterday I saw that somebody said that they said not suicide because of I forgot what was the point given already, but very few people were saying this. Everybody was saying like she committed suicide.
The thing is that when it is happening in Bollywood all the time, when there is suspicion, so Hollywood cannot be behind Bollywood.
Correct,
it must be ahead of Bollywood.
Yeah.
So they will make it look like a suicide. They may have raped her. They may have done something. She may have been going to expose someone. I don't know anything about this story, so I cannot tell. But who knows whether it was suicide or not? Suicide, someone commits only when there is no hope. When there is only darkness.
Correct.
So like for Sushant, when they said, when I saw it, I was just watching the TV at that time when it was shown on the television that he has committed suicide. On watching for a few minutes, I felt that this is. I had a suspicion, and when I saw the what was the minister? Perhaps Home Minister of Maharashtra. He said that he has committed suicide. Now, how you can know by your someone is hanging on the, and that also no one saw him hanging on the fan. They had already taken him down. So how you know that he has committed suicide? This is the most idiotic statement from a big minister. First, let the police inquire. Without proper inquiry, how you can say? Some people can kill a person and then they can hang him to make it look like suicide. So when he was saying like so certain that it is suicide, and then the television in the evening they were discussing in all the channels that he has a psychological problem, he was in depression. When you are all going in one direction, you are trying to take it in that direction, that creates suspicion. Maybe all these medias have been given some money, and then later on things started coming out, which so even so far CBI, which later started inquiring, they have not given the report. What? First of all, they must have wiped out everything before CBI came into the picture, because in the beginning it was Maharashtra government who was doing everything. And Sushant his nature was not like that he was a depressed kind of man. He was. So it looks, seeing everything, that there were too many involvements in his death. So I don't know whether it will be everything will become ever 100% clear or not. But suicide theory is a false theory. Even if he committed suicide, which is also doesn't look possible, then also he was forced to commit suicide by whatever was happening in those years. Because this whole Bollywood is just a dirty, third-rate industry.
I feel entertainment industry is the worst for me, the worst.
Yeah, everywhere where there is power, money involved, everywhere it is all corrupted. Because if there is power in something, there is money in something, and you want to keep it uncorrupted, then you need far more conscious people there than in ordinary life, where there is not much money is involved. If you are selling vegetable, how much corrupt you can be? If you are selling milk, you cannot. There is very least possibility you will murder someone. But where there is glamour, where there is woman, wine, everything is involved. Because people, even in there, they are of the same kind of people. It's not that those who are artists or those who are scientists, their consciousness is very high. Consciousness is of the same level. They just have some kind of talent. But there is no master behind that talent. They don't know their unconscious mind. Once you become aware of your unconscious mind, it loses all its strength on you. You can know only when you are standing out of it. If you are identified with something, then you are lost in that. People have no, the ordinary people, our politicians, our lecturers, professors, engineers, doctors, they may be an expert in what they are doing, but they are not at all alert about the kind of life they are living. It will create hell for them, not for others, for them themselves. Everyone is just mad for money. Other than money, no one has any, because they think if you have money, you can buy everything. You can buy happiness, you can buy enlightenment, you can buy meditation, you can buy love. But money has its limitation, it cannot buy everything. Everyone studies in school that if it is trees which gives oxygen, and they have cut all the trees. So that means people have no wisdom at all, no vivek. The Hindi word for it is vivek. There is no English word for it, but maybe you can call it sense of discrimination. You can discriminate, this is the right thing, that is wrong thing. This is the right path, that is wrong path. But this is no single word, it is. So there is no English word for it. Because perhaps these people don't have any vivek, so they have no word for it. I discovered a strange thing about Gandhi in this. I read something from this book, some extract, that I knew that Gandhi's father had 4 wives. So maybe in past they used to marry more, and maybe they were imitating Muslims also. So he had 4 wives, and Gandhi was born out of the youngest wife, Putli Bai. So Gandhi was working in some landlords, Muslim lands. Gandhi's father was working in some landlord's house as his, whatever his work, maybe something like manager or something. Then he stole something from his house, and then he escaped. So the landlord, he just took his wife, Gandhi's wife. He took her and kept her in his house. I don't know whether it is true or not, but this is what it is written in the book. Then she remained with that man for 3 years. And Gandhi's father was out at that time. He had escaped, and he was born in those years. So that means Gandhi was not his father's son. So, and then it was these people who managed for his study abroad, and then he got his job first in South Africa, that also with Muslim groups. And those people were doing something like they were sending things from South Africa or bringing things, but they were not paying any tax to the government. So they were doing all illegal kind of things. And Gandhi went there to fight cases for them. And he was brought up in a Muslim environment. And his mother believed in some kind of sect, which was a kind of hodgepodge of Hindus and Muslim belief. They used to do prayer, but without any idol. So it was influenced by Islamic ideas. So where you are brought up, that has a very big influence on your life. So if he was not even a son of a Hindu father, and even if he was son of Hindu father, his grandfather, great grandfather, these people had converted many times into Islam and then again became Hindus. So they were not, maybe they were converting for some comfortable life, easy, smooth life. So and Gandhi wanted Jinnah, who became the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. He had offered Jinnah that you become Prime Minister of the whole United India. But Jawaharlal Nehru also didn't like this. So then they both were power hungry. So the country was divided and Gandhi agreed to it. So these power hungry politicians can do anything. They can demark, they can create line between two countries and separate them for their own greed.
Yes, Swami.
So what you felt about Gandhi's story?
I've heard much about him from you also lah. So this one is a small one.
But if he is not son of his father, that man, if he was a landlord and he took his employee's wife, what kind of relationship there may be between it? So it must be full of lust. And that is very clear in Gandhi's life also. When his father was dying, that is written by Gandhi himself in his autobiography, My Experiment with Truth, that he was so obsessed with sex that he knew that tonight is the last day of my father, and he was massaging his feet. Then he had a very strong desire to have sex. So he in the middle of the night, he left his father and went and had sex with his wife. And meanwhile, he was there, his father died. And then he felt very guilty. So many times in his life, he took vows of celibacy. But his vows of celibacy he had to break it many times. Then later on, what he was doing in the name of celibacy was just bullshit. His experiment with women, that was his celibacy. So, and then when he was having sex with his wife while his father was dying, she became pregnant, but the child was born dead. Stillborn child was. Okay.